You can, she said, her eyes peering straight to her soul. You must. You have no choice. Persephone heard what Hecate did not say, though she knew the goddess was right. This went beyond protecting her realm. It was about protecting the world. She pushed aside her doubt, growing fierce in her determination to prove she was worthy of the crown and title she had been given. Oh, my dear, Hecate said, dropping her hands from her face and twining her fingers with Persephone's. It isn't a question of worth. It was all she said before her magic flared in a powerful burst and teleported them to the asphodel fields. Despite the destruction Persephone had witnessed when she had faced the Olympians outside Thebes, she'd still not managed to imagine what the Titans could do to her realm. But the reality was devastating. The mountains of Tartarus had once risen and fallen steeply like the waves of an angry sea. Despite their use and the horror they contained, they had been beautiful, a dark and jagged shadow set against the muted horizon. Now they were nearly leveled, as if crushed beneath the feet of a giant, and the sky was split, an angry wound open to the world above. Something had already escaped the underworld. The ground shook, and a massive hand shot out from the depths of Tartarus, sending an explosion of rocks flying across the land. The head of a Titan emerged from the prison, and he gave a roaring cry. The sound was deafening and just as destructive, shattering nearby peaks as if they were nothing but glass. Persephone recalled what Hades had said about the Titans. Since they were not dead, only imprisoned, they retained all their powers. Iapetus, Hecate said, her voice almost a hiss. He is Cronus's brother and god of immortality. Hecate met her gaze. I'll take him. You must seal the sky. Persephone nodded, though her mind scrambled to understand exactly what that meant. She had yet to use the magic she had been granted upon marrying Hades. Hecate teleported first and appeared in the air over Iapetus's head. Suddenly there were 3 of her, all surrounding the god of immortality, and from her hands sprang black flames that she funneled in a burning stream toward the Titan. Iapetus's roar of anger vibrated the air as her magic struck. With him distracted, Persephone called to the darkness within her, reaching for the feelings that had fueled her destruction of the underworld when she had stumbled upon Hades and Laocoe in the Forest of Despair. Recalling that time made her feel stretched and raw. Though what she had witnessed had not been real, the emotion still shuddered through her. From that anguish, her power bloomed, a force that called to the roots of the upper world above her. They broke through the darkened sky like serpents twining together, sealing the open chasm. A sense of relief flooded her, and her attention turned to Hecate, who was still engaged with Iapetus. Now Persephone could focus on trapping the Titan within his mountainous prison, but something hard struck her, and she flew through the air. When she landed, she rolled to the very edge of Asphodel, where the field dropped into a valley. Persephone drew in a deep and haggard breath, though her lungs felt frozen in her chest, and rose onto her hands and knees, coming face to face with a monster, a creature with 3 heads, those of a lion, a goat, and a snake. The lion roared in her face, lips peeling back from sharp teeth. The goat opened its mouth and breathed a noxious fire that singed the air. The snake shot forward rapidly, but was not close enough to strike with its venomous fangs. The creature was a chimera, a haphazard mix of animals, all dangerous to some degree, and it had escaped from Tartarus. Fuck. The monster pounced, and Persephone scrambled back, forgetting how close she was to the edge of the valley. She fell, tumbling over the side, hitting the unyielding grassy earth. She teleported and managed to land on her ass at the bottom of the meadow.